So recently I did a members only poll on the community tab of the YouTube channel, asking my channel members what type of videos they would like to see me make today. And the winning vote was showing off my collection. Now, I don't want to show off my entire Pokemon collection because that video would take forever. And let's be frank, I could break it up into a couple of times and that's more content for you guys to enjoy. But I do want to show off the favorite parts of my Pokemon collection. The pieces that have the most sentimental value to me, the most memories, or the pieces that I just like the most. So sit back and relax. I'm going to show y'all the best and favorite parts of my Pokemon collection. So huge shout out to all of the channel members. Thank you guys so much for voting and for letting me know in the comments what type of video you guys wanted to see from me. If you want to join the channel and be a part of the Collecting with Dr. Applesauce 2 Pokemon channel, get access to perks, get access to special giveaways, there's a little join button right there. By the way, guys, welcome. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, that God loves you, and that there is a wonderful plan for your life. Without any further ado, let's look at some cool Pokemon cards.
Today's video is brought to you by the Whatnot app. Collectors, this is Whatnot Live, where anyone can sell products, do card breaks, and auction off Funko Pops, Pokemon cards, comic books, and anything in between in real time. It's the place to chat with fellow collectors, add new items to your collection, and watch others battle it out for the hottest collectibles on the market. Download it from your app store today.
All right, guys, well, let's just start off with showing y'all a few things that are not singular cards. Most of the things in my collection that I love the most are singular cards, and I'm going to show you a few things that aren't specifically single cards. This is one of my most favorite pieces in my collection because of all the work it took to put this together. And this is going to be my Evolutions binder. Now, I don't typically do master sets, but I do like what I'll consider to be a full set. So I have every single Evolutions card, and I love these binders from Target. It's just Ultra Pro, and it's a Target exclusive, and it has a window right here, and you can put a piece of tape on the back side, and you can tape on the booster pack artwork, and then you know, hey, this is my Evolutions binder. And then it looks kind of ghetto from the backside, but you know what I'm saying. And so this is my full Evolution set, and this is one of my favorite pieces just because this was the first modern set that I had a desire to like actually complete and build out the full set. And like I said, I didn't go for the master set, meaning every single holo and all of that stuff and every single reverse holo. I just wanted one copy of every card of the main set. And I pulled the vast majority of them. I pulled the vast majority of these cards myself, and then just had to buy a few of them. Some of the, like I had to buy Brock's Grit, and I had to buy Misty's Determination. And there was a few that I just had to pick up myself, but it's not a huge set either. It's just like 100 and some odd cards. And then I got this XY Snorlax promo in here just because I think it's really freaking cool. But yeah, my Evolutions binder is one of my most favorite parts of my collection. And I actually did a video going over the entire Evolutions binder back in the day once I finally finished it. There's the Charizard, and I do have a reverse and a full. I graded both of them and then got another one. But I love my Evolutions binder. It's definitely one of my more favorite parts of my collection. I really, really dig it a whole lot. And if this is something, I don't do a whole lot of complete binders, but this one I wanted to complete because it's very nostalgic for me. And it was a lot cheaper to complete this than to complete a base set binder because when I was a kid, I lost my entire collection and due to various reasons. And there's going to lead into why some of the other things that you're going to see today are some of my absolute favorites. But my Evolutions binder is definitely one of my favorites. Okay, next is one that is really, really cool, and this is my Ancient Powers box. Now, I know this isn't the most valuable sealed product out there, and it's got some cool stuff in it. We've got some Furious Fists, I believe those are Furious Fists, and this one, I just think it looks really, really cool. It's a really, really cool looking box. I love the whole ancient dinosaur aesthetic to it. And I love the promos, but beyond that, this was actually a gift. This was a gift from Baydex, and I don't know if Baydex is still making Pokemon card videos, but he just randomly sent me this as a gift, and I was blown away. And so I did open this in a video, but one of my most favorite parts of my collection, definitely my most favorite sealed product for sure, just because it looks really, really cool. I love this Ancient Powers box. And like I said, one of the reasons that a lot of these things end end up in, you know, in my favorite spots of my collection is because they were gifts or they have some type of sentimental value. And some of them have actual monetary value and some of them don't have much monetary value. But that's kind of how things end up as my favorites. And this Ancient Powers box, just a gift from Baydex, and look at that, you can see the those packs sliding back and forth. And so that makes it mean a whole lot to me. On top of that, it looks really, really cool. I can't wait to have a fully dedicated Pokemon backdrop, and this will be on the back as part of the sealed product collection. But for those reasons that it looks cool and it was a really kind gift, this is definitely one of my most favorite parts of my collection. Okay, and moving on, everything else are cards that are favorite parts of my collection. So this is a very interesting one. This is one from CGC that has a little bit of a story behind it. And there's one specific reason why this makes it to my absolute favorites. And you'll see that we have the Celebrations Professor's Research Full Art Trainer. This card is not worth much at all. It actually is graded really, really bad. This was gifted to me by somebody who got a hold of some Celebrations cards before they were released. And one of the reasons that makes it to my favorite is if you look right there, it says the inadvertent early release. Now, we all know what that means, but I like this because this is the only slab that I have that has that specific labeling, and I think that's cool. I'm a fan of things that are unique. I'm a fan of things that are different. I'm a fan of things that not everybody has, and so that specific silly little text on the label makes this hit all those spots. Now, an interesting thing about this card is that I had to send it to CGC 3 times to get them to label it properly. And I requested every single time and emailed them, hey, if I send this in, it came out, you know, this was given to me before the set came out, will it get that specific inadvertent early release label? And they told me yes. Sent it in, waited months, didn't have the label, sent it back. They assured me it would have the label, sent it back to me, charged me $10 shipping, still didn't have the label. Finally, 3rd time's a charm, and they got it right. They finally did it correctly. So this is one of my favorites in my collection because it has that cool, unique label. And I know it's a silly thing, but for me, it's definitely something that makes it super exciting. Okay, next up, we're gonna get into some really cool stuff. We have one of my 2 CGC 10s, pristine 10s. And these usually are on my back wall display. You can usually see them. This is from when CGC 10s were actually really hard to get. I'm assuming they are still hard to get, but we're seeing them pop up a lot more, which is really odd. But we have a CGC Pristine 10 Reds Pikachu from 2018. It's the Pokemon Center's 20th anniversary promo from Sun and Moon. And look at that sparkle. I just love Pikachu. You're gonna see several different Pikachu things in some of my favorites. And these are just my absolute favorites of everything that I have. And you'll see they're all graded because that's what I do. I grade my favorite cards. But I just love the sparkle on this card. And if you have any of these cards that are my favorites, let me know. And also, again, shout out to all of my channel members for, you know, participating in the members only poll on the community tab and letting me know what they wanted to see. And here we go. Y'all wanted to see some of my collection? Here we go. So maybe the video will do well, maybe it won't do well, but it'll make my channel members happy. And you guys can always join the channel membership, get access to extra perks, giveaways, all kinds of good stuff. But I love this Pristine 10 Reds Pikachu. Gorgeous card. To be honest with you, this was very hard to find. This and the next one that I'm going to show you were incredibly difficult cards to find because there's just not a lot of 10s. At the time, there just wasn't a lot of 10s. There was PSA 10s all over the place, but not a lot of CGC 10s. Because of Pikachu, I love Pikachu. It just is a gorgeous card. Definitely one of my favorites. All right, and next we have another Reds Pokemon card, and it's another Japanese card. This is a CGC Pristine 10 Reds Challenge 2019 Tag Team GX All-Stars. This was like the chase of that set, and it's way different than the English Reds Challenge. I don't even have the English Reds Challenge because I like this one so much more. And just look at how great this card looks in a CGC slab. Like, the colors just go together so well. Just a great, fantastic looking card. Love it in a CGC slab. This was not cheap. It was not easy to find, while I was at the time trying to find it, there was only like one on eBay, and it was ridiculously priced. And I probably searched for this Reds challenge and the Reds Pikachu for several months, and ended up finding people in Pokemon Facebook groups that had them, and they were not cheap at all. But absolutely love this card. I think it's just super gorgeous. Looks great in the CGC slab. The card itself just looks freaking awesome. You got Bulbasaur getting some love right there, getting sent off to do battle by Ash, or Red right there, but we all know who Red is by Ash. And just freaking love it. Looks great. Definitely, this is, I don't want to say the favorite, but this is definitely one of my most favorite, if not my top 3 favorite cards in my collection. All right, let's get into some other ones. Okay, we have 2 right here that I really, really like a lot. I want to show them off together, actually. It's my Shining Magikarp and my Shiny Gyarados. And these are favorites of mine because there's some vintage cards that I bought. I bought them raw, and these were some of my first ever PSA submissions. So I submitted these myself, and we got a 9 and an 8. And I was very happy with those grades. And so these kind of sit in front of my computer screen on my desk. And I just think they're beautiful cards. I just think they look really good, like the very subtle, like look at that, you can see Magikarp, the subtle little foiling right there on Magikarp just looks so, so good. And then Gyarados is just also very, very subtle. Gorgeous cards, submitted them myself, and these are some of my favorites as well. Alrighty, let's get into some more Pikachu. I told y'all I love Pikachu. This was the first PSA 10 card that I purchased for myself, and I bought it for 250 bucks at Collecticon, the second Collecticon ever. If y'all saw the hunting video for that, you would have seen me searching for this. And the booth that I went to buy it was actually a guy who watched the channel, and I didn't even know that. I had no idea he watched the channel, and I bought it from him, and he was like, hey man, yeah, I watch your videos. I love this card. I love this Pikachu card. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, full art character Pikachu card from Cosmic Eclipse. PSA 10, love it so much that I have the Japanese version as well. I think they both look really good. Honestly, I think the English looks better with the yellow border. The character rare card on the Japanese, it looks really, don't get me wrong, it looks great. This one's from Dream League. And I just love them both, that I had to have them both. And we're seeing a bunch of the character rare cards, character cards come out again with our new modern sets, and of which I haven't hit any of the Pikachus. But, I mean, I'm a cliched Pikachu fan. It's my favorite Pokemon. Snorlax is just like right behind Pikachu as my second favorite. But these are 2 cards that are great. And for PSA 10s, they're not super expensive. I haven't checked recently, but like, you know, last I checked, this one was like $250, this one was like $100, like $190, maybe $200. So not super expensive PSA 10s. You jump down to a PSA 9, they're really, really affordable. But I absolutely love these cards. Okay, this next one is a very favorite in my collection because this was my first ever PSA 10. First ever PSA 10 in my collection, and it was a gift. It was a gift from my friend Nick at Windy City Pop Shops. Or Windy City Pop Shop on Instagram, sorry. And he just sent it to me because he wanted to be kind. And this was actually featured in one of my most popular videos showing you guys how to determine fake PSA slabs, and where he also sent me a fake dark Raichu on purpose, knowing it was fake, and then I made the video. And this is absolutely one of my favorite cards because it's a gorgeous, gorgeous Charizard from Evolutions. And it's a 10 from Evolutions, which are very, very, very hard to get 10s from Evolutions. And it was a gift. And so the fact that it was a gift, it was my first ever PSA 10 in the collection. And that it's just a wonderful, like fully textured Evolutions Charizard. This definitely has earned its place in the favorites in my collection. So what do you think so far, guys? What do you think of my favorites? Let me know. And these 3 are probably going to be a little cliched, but these are 3 that you probably see on the back wall a lot. And I love these 3. I had all 3 of these, and I'll tell you the story about how I originally got these. But here's the big boy first. Base set Charizard, 1999, a PSA 8. I did grade this myself. This was something that I graded myself, purchased it and sent it off to PSA. Didn't really care about the value. I bought a whole lot of vintage graded cards for like 600 bucks a while ago, and I did make a video on it. You can go find it if you want to. It had the big three in it, and I wanted to replace them, and I'll tell you why I wanted to replace them. But I did grade these all myself. Here's our Venusaur. It got the worst of the three in a PSA 7, but again, I don't care because I wanted these for a specific reason. And there's the Charizard, the Venusaur, and my Blasty Boy. My Blastoise came back in 8. So the Charizard and the Blastoise came back 8s, and the Venusaur came back a 7. And the reason that I wanted these guys is because I actually pulled these as a kid. And I remember pulling these the same day, not this one. So basically what I would do is I would actually go to a Wizards of the Coast store when I lived in California. I used to live in Anaheim, California. And I would save my allowance. This was back in 1999. And I would save my allowance and I'd go to the Wizards of the Coast store and I'd buy Pokemon booster packs. And I would usually, I think I would get $10 a week. And so this specific week I had saved up enough where I could buy 3 booster packs. And so I specifically remember going into this Wizards of the Coast store, buying 3 base set booster packs. The clerk pulled them from the same booster box, then went home and stood in my mom's room and opened them. And the first one was a Blastoise. Insane, right? I think I spent I think it was 12 bucks for all 3 packs. And so I'm freaking out. Awesome. Open the second one, and it's not Venusaur. It's a full holo Mewtwo, right? That was sick. So 2 for 2, and I'm like 11 years old at this time. Open the third one, and pulled the full holo Charizard. And that's just one of my best collecting memories ever. And I lost my childhood collection. I don't have it anymore. But pulling those 3 cards was one of the coolest collection memories that I have. And so for me, it was really important for me to replace those cards and get them in the collection. And I didn't care if these came back 10s or 8s or 5s or 1s or whatever. Every time I look at these, I remember that memory. I remember pulling those cards as a kid. And that's kind of when the Pokemon addiction started for me, back when I was 11 years old, pulling those cards and then started playing red and blue and yellow and all of that good stuff and just having a blast with it. So those are the reason why these are here. It's super sentimental, really big memories from these cards, and just kind of started the whole fun of really enjoying and collecting these beautiful Pokemon cards. So that's why these are in the collection. And I know a lot of people resonate with that. A lot of people have lost their collections for, you know, whatever reason. So that's definitely why these are here. And there you go, guys, some of my most favorite parts of my Pokemon card collection. Drop me a comment down below and let me know which ones you liked the most. And let me know in the comments below what your favorite thing is in your Pokemon card collection. This is better than some people have, but it's nothing compared to what a lot of people have. My collection is kind of all over the place. My #1 grail is I want to start hunting for a jacked up first edition base set Shadowless Charizard raw, just one that's like really messed up, and then I want to grade it myself and I want to get a PSA 1. I don't want to buy a PSA 1, I want to find a messed up one, grade it myself and get a PSA 1 first edition base set Shadowless Charizard, because you don't see a lot of those. I like things that are unique and interesting. So love all these slabs. These are definitely some of my favorite, if not all of my favorite cards in my collection. And I'd love to know what you guys think. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what your favorites were. Again, shout out to all of the channel members for answering the poll and telling me what video they wanted to see. All right, guys, well, I hope you'll check out some of these other videos right here. I know there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff right there that you'll enjoy. If you haven't already, hit that subscription button and that notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up because likes are free and it really does help. And like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today and be the change you want to see in the world. We'll see you next time.